actually started using this product since I would say 97. Okay, since 97. How I came about using this product was I remember since 96 I was using gel, using like normal regular gel. You know how they have different type of gel for dreadlocks, and those are what I was actually using at that time. So 97 I came across one of my clients that actually she did complain about her locks. And I'm the type of a stylist that I don't like when a client complain about the service that you give to them. I always want to make sure that when you sit on my chair, I always want to ask, make sure you're okay. You can look at the mirror, make sure the service that I provided to you, you're okay with it, you're satisfied before you leave my shop. Okay, so make sure we finalize everything before you leave. And this client of mine, wasn't the first time me using gel on her hair, but it got to a point whereby she started complaining a lot. And I was just wondering, where is this coming from? And whatever she was complaining about, the day she came back, I saw it. She was complaining that she had dry scalp, flakiness on her scalp, and a lot of buildup. Of course, I know that was going to happen, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people experience that. A lot of stylists that use gel, and a lot of clients that use gel on their hair. I'm pretty sure that is something normal that they go through. Okay, so when these clients started complaining about the dryness on her scalp, it got me really worried, because one thing I don't like is for clients to complain or go home unhappy, or maybe when they get home they're still unhappy about the service. Of course, they spend a lot of money for dread. Dread costs a lot. Dread maintenance costs a lot. So when a client go home like that and complaining or regretting about whatever that we use on our hair is actually not working for he or she. So after that complaint, I really don't have a lot of clients that complain, to think about it. Maybe that's why it really got to me. I don't have clients that really complain. I never go through that. So when I got that complaint from that client of mine, it got me really worried, and I actually had a sleepless night about it. And I was really thinking about what are the other products I can use, that a client will not complain about. Of course, there are a lot of people that use gel. They are used to gel, but you can use gel. If you use gel on client A, and you use it on client B, client A might complain, but client B might not complain. Again, everybody's scalp react differently to products, So I came up with something different compared to gel, beeswax, and all this other gel that they use for dreadlock. And I came up with honey. Honey is not my product, but it's what I actually, when I went to bed, when I was trying to come up with something, trying to come up with my own product, I was like, let me try honey. So I started using honey, and my first client that I used honey on was actually pleased with it, because honey is a natural product. That I used it on this client. After using it, after a couple of days, I called the client to ask how is she doing, how is her dread responding to the honey that I used on her, and she said everything is okay, And a week later, I called to make sure everything is really okay, like she said the last time when I called her, and she said everything is okay. I was like, okay. So since then, I've been using honey. So my 50 years of using honey, oh my God, there was a complaint. It was one client, and I will tell you what happened. Okay, give me just a second. All right, I will tell you what happened. There's this client that I used to do his hair a long time ago, and he moved out of state and he came back. When he came back, I used honey on his hair. He said, did you change, did you switch from gel and the other stuff you used to to that? I was like, yeah. And this guy, I mean, majority of my clients, they trust me. I mean, they just okay to sit on my chair and just let me do what I want to do or what they want me to do. So, and I used the honey, and I said this is what I started using. Is honey. You can get it from anywhere pretty much. You can get it from the grocery store, you can get it from CVS, Walgreens, anywhere, dollar store. So this is not anything that is expensive compared to you buying this other stuff from beauty supply like gel, beeswax. Nowadays they have a lot of product for dread now that cost even way more than honey. So you can go to dollar store, you get honey for $2, $3. Okay, so when I use it on him, I told him the advantage and the disadvantage of using honey. Now, the benefits of using honey, okay, before I will talk about the benefits, I told him the benefits and if his hair don't dry, what could happen. And when he got in the dryer, I guess he didn't even, it's not like I guess, he didn't even stay in the dryer for too long, which you're supposed to stay in the dryer for probably 20-30 minutes, depends on how thick your dread is. And when I put him in the dryer, he was just only there for like probably 5-10 minutes, okay? And he said he gotta go. I guess he got an urgent call, so he had to leave. So when he left, after whatever happened, I guess he went to some kind of barbecue or get together, and that was during summertime. And he called me. Guess what happened? He had a company, and that company was flies. He said anywhere that he turned to, fly is just literally following him, like all over him. And people was wondering what was going on, like why is all this fly just coming close to him? Anywhere that he's like go, there's flies. So he called me. He was like, Miss Endurance, you know what? I messed up. I was like, what happened? He said, what you told me, it did happen. He said it happened. I said, I know, right? So that was the only time and last time I got a complaint about the product that I use on the clients. But I do have one client that she like using one particular product that she like to come with, which I normally don't have people coming with their product. But this client, that's an exception. I just allow her to come with her own product. But apart from that, doing dread, I use honey pretty much for everyone. Okay, so even some of my clients that relocated to another state, when they do call me, they want to make sure that I'm still using honey. Why? Because the honey is good for them. Now I'm going to tell you the benefits of using the honey. The honey, what it does compared to gel and beeswax, beeswax kind of make your hair stick, or it attracts dirt, like dust, okay? And it can easily cause a lot of buildup on your dread. And when you even wash your hair, it will take a couple of shampoo to get those stickiness or whatever it is that is in the beeswax. It's gonna take a lot to get those products out of your hair. But with honey, it's very easy. It's very easy. When you put honey in your hand and you run water through your hand, maybe warm water, hot water, will just run through your hand. You won't see any kind of thickness or nothingness, no stickiness, okay? So the benefits of honey, when I use it on my clients, I explain to them the benefit of it. When you use it, it actually moisturizes your scalp. And if you're the type of person that have dry skin, itchy scalp all the time, or experiencing dandruff and stuff like that, honey does help. And majority of all my clients that normally complain about all this stuff, like some of my clients that come with issues of dandruff, itchy scalp, and flakiness on their scalp, since I've been using honey, I haven't gotten any other complaint or whatever concern that they used to have regarding their hair is no anymore since I started using honey. The honey moisturizes your scalp, and it also helps with your dread. And if you do want to wash your dread, you don't have to stay in the shower trying to get all that buildup or grease out. It easily just come off, okay? Easily wash off. So it's good for your scalp, that for sure. I had a lot of clients actually did a testimony video regarding this honey, regarding using honey, the honey that I've been using on them. And now this is how I use the honey. Now if you have a client that their dread is so thick, okay, you don't want to immediately you finish washing their hair, towel dry their hair, just rub the honey. You don't want to put it all over their hair before you actually start retwisting or interlock or whatever you want to do to their hair. Don't, because their hair is so thick, and when the water start dripping, you know, the towel is not even enough to completely dry their hair. Not dry. I'm talking about like damp, to get all the water from dripping on their face. So what you want to do, you don't want to rub the honey all over their hair. So each, like when you take one little part, like let's say you section this out, and this is the part you want to twist now. So you can just put it right, the honey, you can just put it right on the new growth and just twist or interlock, whatever you want to do, and just twist. I don't know, whatever method that you use, just twist, okay? Because it's gonna feel sticky, but I'm pretty sure because the client hair is thick, and from the shampoo that you did for the client, the hair is still pretty much wet enough to get your hand not to be too sticky, so you can go ahead and twist, okay? But if the client's hair is not thick, it's thin, what I do, I have 2 bottles, okay? 2 bottles. One is for regular water, and the other one is for the honey, and I mix water in it. So when I put a honey in this bottle of water, let's say I put the honey to this level, okay? The water that you're gonna mix with the honey have to be the same amount. And when you do that, you just shake it together. And in doing this, you're doing this for a client that have thin hair. But you want to make sure that at least it's thick enough. You don't want it to be too watering, and by the time you finish twisting, and when the clients go home, their hair come unravel. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you can still feel the stickiness of the hair. And sometimes if the honey is too thick, that you put in the bottle mixed with water, if it's too thick, it's not gonna come from this. It's not gonna come from the pipe. It's just gonna get stuck. So you wanna make sure that at least it's light enough that when you spray it, it will come through the water bottle. But if it doesn't come through the water bottle, that means it's too thick. So you need to put a little bit of water in there. So you do this for clients that have thin hair. Okay, you don't wanna just spray in there, and when you touch it, you can see I don't have honey in here right now, it's just water. I know you're gonna be thinking I'm spraying honey on my braids. No. So when you spray it on the client hair, when you feel it, at least you can still feel that you have honey in there. Or what I do to make sure that the honey is thick, before I actually touch my client's hair, I just spray a little bit on my hand and I taste it. Okay, I spray a little bit back of my hand and I taste it, and if I can still taste a lot of honey in there, then I know that okay, it's okay. But if you don't taste honey, it's just like a little bit honey mixed with a lot of water, no, you have to put more honey in there. So that way, when you spray it on the client's hair and when you twist it, it will hold, it will last for a while. Now, when I use honey on my clients, if you're doing interlocking, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know the difference between interlocking and normal regular twist, comb twist, or whatever method that a lot of people use. And I'm still gonna come back and explain and do another video about the difference between interlocking and the normal regular retwist using honey. Okay, I'll come back and do another video on that. But if you twisting a client that have thin hair, they don't have a lot of thick hair, just thin, you want to go ahead and mix it with water and just spray and twist, and you're good. So this is the product that I use. I use honey, and I've been using it since '96, and this is 2022, and I am loving it. Guess what? The best part of it is that I'm not spending money. I'm not spending money on this product. The highest I would spend is probably $2-3, and this product will last me for like 4 or 5 months. 4 or 5 months. Now you don't want to, another thing you want to do, if you know that throughout that week or maybe within that whole day you have dread that you're doing, it's okay to mix a lot. Okay, but what you don't want to do, you don't want to mix it and let it sit overnight. Maybe a day is okay. If you have another dread to do the next day, it's okay to let it sit on the bottle. But after that day, you don't want to let it sit. You want to get rid of it, because if you don't, it's gonna change. The water is gonna start having smell. So you don't want to keep it like a day or two. Just I'll say a day, and the next day is okay. But you don't want to keep it more than that. You don't want to keep it more than 2 days. You have to pour it out after that. If not, it's not good to use on the client's hair. And especially when you start spraying it, there's gonna be some kind of smell, and you won't like it, and your client won't like it. The smell is not pleasant at all. So this is what I use. And again, I know honey and syrup, they kind of look alike a bit, but syrup is more darker. But I don't know, there are some things that I have on syrup that is different from honey. Okay, so whenever you run out of honey, you don't want to go grab syrup to do your client's hair. That is a no-no. You don't want to do that, because if you do, trust me, your client is going to experience dry scalp, flakiness, and before the client even leave your shop, you're going to see the build-up already on the client's dread. So you don't want to use syrup. You don't want to use syrup at all. Please don't. I'm advising you not to. Please, if you want to keep your client, don't use syrup. So this is my secret. This is what I use, and I've been using it for a long time. This is 2022, and I'm still using it. I'm still loving it, and there is a lot of great testimony video that I'm gonna also post out for you to hear from the client that I've been using it on. Alright, till then, I will talk to you, or I will get back to you, or I will be expecting your questions. Have a good one, and you have a blessed day. Bye bye.